Hello, this is a demo of my Choral Vibes pedal. It's for the people who are going to be receiving them soon. I just wanted to go through each section of it properly so you know exactly what it's going to be doing, what you're going to be receiving. Clean tones, a Jazzmaster Eventer through a Marshall AS50. This particular model's for Sergio with the Explorer on the front. My own model's got my Jazzmaster Eventer on it. It's this one. I've had a few different requests for different ones. I've got like a Sunburst Strat and a White Strat as well. A couple of others. So anyway, the first control go through is the vibe section. So that's these three knobs and this switch. First knob is your speed control. I've adapted it a little bit from the original model so you can get a bit of a faster speed out of it. It's more annoying than useful, but it's there if you want. So the original probably went to about there, whereas this one, you've got this much extra. So you're probably never going to need to take it that fast. The slowest side we've got. The slower you go in the vibe mode, the less you're going to start to hear it affecting the sound. And you've got a shape control. We notice that affects the speed slightly, but there's got plenty of adjustment there to get it back to where we need it. So that goes from more of a, like the actual rotating baffle, you can hear like the double beating. And then you can take it out to like a single beat. And the second tremolo mode. One of the tremolo modes, the depth control is very short and the other one's more useful. So this one's quite useful. And then in the other mode, you've not got much of a turn on the depth control. That was a one or the other situation. Either one of them was going to work or the other one. If you put it into the tremolo mode, the depth control's not brilliant here. It does kill the signal quite a bit, so you're best using the shape control, but you'll never get rid of the tremolo fully. So the next control is the speed ramper, which controls the speed of the LFO. So the top knob is the attack control. There's not much functionality there. It goes from either instant to a slight bit of lag. I like to keep it halfway, just as a happy medium. So it's either instant or like half a second. So it's and then the release control, you've got much more functionality there. So that's how long it's going to take to return to whatever speed you've got this set at. Turn that the other way. That takes a lot longer to get there. The speed control for this one is labelled top speed, and that's the speed that the LFOs go into reach when you hit the button. So if I turn that all the way up, and then this controls the slowest speed, so that controls the speed it's going to return to. If you flip this switch here, it reverses that. So now this becomes your standard speed. And this controls the speed when you hit the button. then when you release again, it's going to go back to the fastest speed. So I like to keep them relatively similar. But you just add like a little bit of flutter at the end, like a bit of vibrato. So the next set of controls is the delay section. That's these 4 knobs across the top. It works like any other delay. You've got time, mix, feedback, and then your tone. Now the tone only affects the delayed signal. I'll show you that in a second. So if we put a little bit of delay in with the mix. The time control does take it to quite a long delay time with this one. Your feedback control. Anything above 12 o'clock, you're at risk of going into oscillation with your feedback. I have put a modification onto there so you can take your feedback quite high without it starting to break up. But you are still always at risk of it going into self-oscillation. The tone control. So if you can hear, it's not affecting your clean signal. It's just affecting the repeated signal. If you take your mix all the way to maximum, it goes slightly higher than your dry signal, so you can get some cool volume swell type effects with that. Just turn that feedback down a little bit. Turn the mix all the way up. So for the cathedral type sounds, I like to keep the delay time a little bit shorter than, say, a slapback. About there. The mix just a little bit lower than Unity, or if you're wanting really ambient stuff, you can put it up full and go a little bit higher than Unity again. Tone control, I like to keep that just a little bit higher than max, so it starts to decay in the signal. It sort of simulates a bucket brigade analog type thing. It's not. I'll be the first one to admit it's not an analog delay. It's a digital delay that's made to sound like an analog. I think it can do quite a convincing job. And then the last thing we've got is a order switcher. And that's this. Let's move it down a little bit. This switch at the top here. That puts the vibe after the delay. So when you receive it in the box, it should be set up so that the vibe goes into the delay and then to the amp. And the order switcher puts the delay going into the vibe. It's quite fun for the tremolo mode. much everything. Yep, I hope that's covered everything for you. Any questions, shoot me an email. And I really hope you all enjoy them when you receive them. Thank you very much.